The sky turns orange as sunset comes upon us. Oh, here we go, guys. It's the second fucking day. I think it's gonna be the last day. I think this game is really short. I didn't fucking know that. As the color seems to drain from the world, being consumed by the fog. Okay, Persona 4. The guide makes his appearance. Lou avoids eye contact with him.
It's almost time.
I nod and feel myself grow tense. We are truly about to return to those bridges. All of us wait in an uncomfortable silence until night falls. We silently stand as one, forming a vigil of sorts. Our remaining lanterns illuminate the dark, prepared for tonight's journey. And yet the way forward does not appear. The bridges haven't risen from the depths. I glance to my side. The guide doesn't look at all pleased. The corner of his mouth have a harsh bend as he briefly loses himself to the heavy thoughts.
We must go to the shore.
What? I have a snack. Yeah. Hello, Fire Nation. He doesn't offer an explanation for why. Instead, he goes on without us. I follow after the guide, my forehead creasing with swelling worry. Behind me, I can hear B-Boy's and Lou's unsure footsteps. The four of us press onto the shore. The dark waters lap at the edges of the sand, and as expected, the maze is still hidden beneath the surface. The guide grips his staff tighter still, his knuckles turning ghostly white. He sucks in a breath of air, as if he's about to speak, but he hesitates. We all stare at him expectingly. After a moment more, the guide is fed up with waiting.
The bridges are late. If they don't
How come
arrive
the bridges are motherfucking late? Tell them to hurry up!
Telling exactly how long it will be before they do.
B-Boy's face immediately sours, and he isn't able to stay silent about his feelings.
So we're going to waste our time standing idly by. There's hardly enough time to make the trip as it is.
Lou doesn't say anything, opting to stare at the ground with an obscured expression.
Time is by far the least of our worries. On the bridges, we are constantly moving, which makes it easier to avoid
Ooh,
the
what kind of chips do you have, Hawk?
However, this island does not offer that luxury. We're trapped here.
Fuck! My body goes rigid as his words sink in.
More importantly, the bridges are raised above the waters. Nixi have difficulties pulling themselves up onto the bridges. The soft sloping of the shore will allow far more prowlers to drag themselves towards us.
There's no way that B-Boy is not played by Christopher. He sounds exactly like him. He sounds like, you? I don't know how to say that.
Not all will be as dangerous as the ones we've encountered thus far. However, we could easily be overwhelmed.
A pit forms deep in my stomach. I stare at him, aghast. I had no idea the situation was that dire. I glance from the waterline to the trees. What I'm looking for, I don't know. A sign of what might to become, perhaps?
I wonder if those fires had anything to do with this.
Oof. B-Boy's words are biting as he wonders aloud. The guide answers B-Boy, firmly wanting to put an end to his speculation.
No. Whatever magic controlling the bridges is inconsistent. Humans haven't found a way to impact it. We can only do temporary physical damage to the boards.
Sour and cream onion? Ooh. Ooh. But what brand of chips? We gotta know that. They all need a Snickers. B-Boy's still displeased.
Should we return to our original spot? We would have more protection there.
Lay's? Okay. Hey. The guide closes his eyes and suddenly looks very worn down.
Staying in the center of the island is the safest option. However, there's the risk that we may not be able to reach the bridges when they do rise. Prowlers could have taken full control of the shore by then. Remaining here with our lanterns will ensure the prowlers cannot move freely.
God damn it, my brows involuntarily knit together. I don't like the sound of taking additional risk in an area that is already so dangerous. But our options are thin.
I will not be kept on this island for another day, so the shore is where I will be. You may wait at the edge of the forest, or even at the center of the island if you fear being attacked. If the prowlers come between us and you fail to make it to the bridges, I will leave you behind.
Oh! B-Boy spits hatefully under his breath.
Of course you would.
True, generosity is not something I would expect from the guide, but that is not the conversation we need to have at this moment. Yes, girl champs, yes. The guy has made his decision, we must make ours.
If you were staying by the shore, perhaps I could be positioned somewhat further back from you. And then the others could stay further back still. That would keep us safer, without having any major gaps of darkness between us and the shore. You could start a fire, seeing as neither of you have a lantern.
Good suggestion, Kikka.
Fine.
Damn, I'm full of suggestions. Settled on the mat, the three of us begin to move away from the guide. He pays little attention to us, instead silently fixing his eyes on the water. I take my place in the middle of the shore while B-Boy and Lou hover closer to the island's core on the line between dirt and sand. We just need some music by Miyu to play, unless this is his music. His music is used in a lot of creepypasta videos. Huh. I don't watch creepypasta videos, so I wouldn't know. Oh! At first, I think I'm being fooled by the fog. There are several white dots playing along the edges of the water. Nah, that's the prowlers. Oh, shit. Dark globes begin to surface, and I see them for what they are, eyes. So many dribbling eyes. Gleaming sharply against their pitch-black bodies, the Nixi bop up and down. The fuck, are they having a rave? They surface and disappear in a loop, each time more sets of eyes closer and surveying us more intently. Why are the Endermen here? Then they cackle. The sound is atrocious, gurgling, then turning high-pitched as they seem to take full stock of us. The lights in their eyes somehow seem bright as the Nixi dig their claws into the sand and begin dragging themselves up upon the shore. I plant my feet firmer. With the threat rising, I decide to take one last moment to check on the others. B-Boy is tending to a small flame, however I don't see Lou with him. Immediately alarmed, I raise my voice to call for him.
Lou? I'm okay.
Damn, bitch, you fucking just disappeared on me. Don't do that! Laughing at us, how rude. Those look like sperm. Oh, right, Hawk, I know where your mind's at today. A bit of rustling comes from above. I'm at a loss for what's happening, before I realize that is Lou speaking up from a tree. Are you a squirrel? Before I can ask what he's doing, Lou continues.
I figured there's not much of a chance any Nixi will get a hold of me here. They won't climb.
His voice is lighthearted with an easy confidence. With a slight shake of his head, B-Boy chuckles at Lou.
Let's see if you'll get down from there as smoothly as you climbed up.
I've never climbed a tree in my life, so shit, I'll be falling on my ass multiple times trying to get up this tree.
Don't worry about
Tarzan!
me.
They'll just knock the tree down, they'll get an axe. He still sounds fully self-assured. I smile to myself, like I'd like to believe that Lou would truly be safe from those predatory creatures this way. With the two of them doing as well as they can be, I cautiously back up to my original position. I return my full focus to the shore as we feared this was becoming a pressing situation. More prowlers rose from the waters while my attention was on those two. They surrounded the guide on both sides. The only way to gain distance from them would be to delve further into the island, yet the guide shows no signs of giving up his position. Where he remains where he is, resolving to keep all the monsters near him in his sight. I grow more unnerved the longer I watch this. The guide seemed impervious to the danger of Sinnlos. This is the first case where I can't tell whether he will continue to be fine as always or not. This is it's a distressing notion. Oh boy. As they creep ever closer, I can't stay silent any longer.
Your safety is most important. Consider retreating.
He doesn't face me but replies.
I cannot do that. Nixi recognize signs of weakness. Backing away will only increase the odds of them attacking.
Okay. I grip my lantern tight as I swallow hard. What can I do? As if to answer my own question, a thought whispers into my mind. I look down at the lantern in my hand. I could throw it as long as I don't go too far down the shore. It doesn't seem plausible that a Nix could take it. But if I do lose the lantern, then... Oh! Shit! 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 Oh no! Okay. Alright, can't save on time choices. It just goes ahead. Alright. You found a way out of that, developer. I can't save during your time choices. Well, fuck. I got you. A piercing whistle breaks my concentration. It is out of place enough to catch the attention of the guide and the Nixi. No! Serious? No, stop. Yes, the timer continues. Lou effortlessly jumps out of the tree he was hiding in and lands on the sand. He stands alone and undefended. His face is serious. What is he thinking? I frantically look between the group of Nixi and Lou. The creatures are still statues, as their fixation on Lou never wavers. I wonder if a part of their minds is telling them that the opportunity looks too good to be true. Lou, apparently unsatisfied with the hesitation, takes a step even closer while speaking angrily.
Do you want someone or not?
No, Lou, you're our boy. Stop. The spell keeping them in place breaks, and some of the Nixi abandon the guides to slink towards Lou. I see standing as well and rush over to Lou, lantern in hand.
Wait!
His shout stops me in my tracks, and amazingly the prowlers halt their advance as well. I had not realized they were such cautious creatures.
Watch the guide. I'll be back by the fire soon.
Despite my worries for him, I understand. He is not in complete danger and we do not need to protect our way across. I believe that Lou is capable of handling this situation. Should have chose faster. God damn it, shut up, noob. Shut up. Is Lou a prowler whisperer? Maybe. I look to our lead. Even fewer Nixi are around him as they curiously inspect Lou. The guy glances away from them for a single heartbeat to make eye contact with me. Then it's over. He worriedly swings out his staff at the Nixi still near his side. The tense silence becomes filled with screeching hisses as they retreat back to the water, freeing the guide of any immediate threats. Unaffected and without appreciation, he gives an order to Lou.
Return to the fire.
Lou scoffs at a response, mumbling a reply of his own.
I was going to.
God! That was the first time I've seen him speak directly to the guide. It's doubtful that he would have been able to make it out with the distance between them, but Lou looks satisfied enough. His relaxed state is premature as the Nixi are deeply focused on him now, ready to attack at the first opening. Lou takes a few deep breaths as he steels himself to run. Without a hint of warning, I burst forward as soon as he starts to move. The Nixi leap right onto the now illuminated area. Pain and panic overtake them. Lou looks over his shoulder at the sound of their hisses. He smirks slightly as he watches the prowlers abandon the chase and flee. I was going to, Dad. After returning near back of the fire and bathing in its light, he faces me fully and gives me a small, shy wave. I put my free hand over my chest at the sight, gladdened that he's safe. I don't truly have the luxury to think of what just happened, however. The guy is fine. There are no Nixi to his immediate vicinity, but they're beginning to re-emerge already. We're not out of this yet. Gripping my lantern, I watch over everything and everyone in sight vigilantly. After an untold period of time, the water begins to stir. Fucking finally! Jesus Christ, Bridges, it took you long enough. There's an unusual gurgling sound that I never thought I would be relieved to hear. Slowly creaking, the bridges make their nightly appearance. Sinnlos is an overwhelmingly cruel environment. This island had felt like a safe haven such a short time ago, but that had been twisted to a point where I'm grateful for a chance to return to the maze, and we may not even reach that. More Nixi are breaching the water and retching themselves onto the sand. The guide signals to us all.
We have to leave.
Thanks to his position on the shore, the guy is able to board the bridges without confrontation. The rest of us, however, the Nixi begin to crowd the opening. It appears they want to get on themselves. We desperately we save again. Bitch, we save again. We have just very little time before we'll be cut off from the guide. I look to my lantern. Will this light alone be able to cause them to disperse? Oh, the maze runner? B-Boy appears at my side, dragging Lou's arm in one hand and sword in the other. Lou yanks himself free of B-Boy's grasp and doesn't seem very happy at the treatment.
Being taken into the water is the biggest threat with these creatures. While we're on the shore, we can keep enough distance to avoid it. I can help push them back.
I appreciate his confidence, but I'm still not certain his help will be worth the risk. Two more is imitating than just one, and there are many prowlers lurking. However, physical wounds don't hurt them the same way people do. Keep on saving, bitch. I don't know when a time choice is gonna come up. I could still use my lantern alone. That has been one weapon we've wielded against them thus far. My mind goes over every point I can think of on a loop, but there isn't that kind of time to spare. I have to give an answer.
If you're going to fight, then I am as well.
We might
I
as
will
well
attach
fight.
the
I don't
lantern
want
to
to
my
lose the
belt for
lantern.
now.
It's the fucking only light we have. B-Boy grins and grips his sword firmly.
I'm ready for it.
Lou, stay behind. This needs to be done by us alone.
Ready as I'll ever be. Fucking, that's a good song from that Tangled animated series, I'm telling you right now. He doesn't verbally reply, however, the severity of our situation isn't lost on him. He falls back and waits for our signal. I latch the lantern onto my leather belt and unsheath my sword. We approach the battle as the two of us have done in the past. The skin of the monsters fold against their bones, so they shrink back from my light. B-Boy takes a wide swing at one nearby, which forces it back even further. I follow suit, striking at the beast near to me. Bring out, motherfuckers! Do it, I dare you. Each arc of our swords opens the way a little more. I listen closely and feel confident that Lou hasn't drifted. I pray my instincts are right. It's far too dangerous to look away even momentarily with the Nixi so close. Our efforts bear fruit as a path to the bridges clears in front of my eyes. We waste not one moment sprinting towards the bridges. Oh, thank God! With the others near my side, I amble back into the maze. We don't stop until there is a considerable distance between us and the shore. It is there that we encounter the guide. Upon seeing his figure, I hide a sigh of relief. We haven't been left behind. Our arrival doesn't change the guide's empty expression. He doesn't say or do anything, instead allowing all of us to catch our breath. B-Boy starts to laugh incredulously through the uneven breaths.
Such recklessness. I can hardly believe it
Same,
worked.
though. Lou looks as though his legs might fall out from underneath them.
Normally, I wouldn't ever say anyone on these bridges are
Oh
lucky.
no, the bridge.
But we are.
Yeah, here we are on the bridge. Fucking... Still not safe. We're still not safe, folks. Carry the poor boy. Please carry the poor boy. We treasure the moment of triumph for a little more before the guide ends his silence.
We need to start walking. We've already lost much time as it is.
Please carry him. I want to carry him, but I don't think I can. I quickly straighten myself out and mull over our current situation. We start to consider how we're going to travel now that we only have 2 lanterns.
I can stay ahead in between the guide's light and yours. I will be fine there.
Okay. At that, I become fraught with worry. I look over B-Boy, concern rotting through my body as I wonder how he'll fare being so far from a light source.
I think it would be fine if we all stayed together.
B-Boy and I confer with our eyes before silently agreeing with one another. We nod.
Okay, we'll do that then. Thank you.
As we start moving forward once more, I close in on Lou, who's walking ahead. He turns his head at my approaching footsteps.
I wanted to thank you for earlier.
Oh my God!
It got the guide out of a difficult situation. And you still watched out for yourself. Like you promised.
Oh! Lou looks abashed over the praise, though he's clearly happy about it. He scratches the back of his neck nervously.
Thank you
Aww.
for saying that. And for what you did when I was running back towards the fire.
I offer him a warm smile.
It was no trouble, truly. If you don't mind, I would be glad if we could
Kiss him
assist
before he
each other on
tries
the
that shit
journey,
again and actually
rather than have
dies.
to do everything on our own.
The dude wants to die a martyr now. He smiles and chuckles non-committedly. His laughter trails off into an empty air without an answer. I wonder if it's perhaps he's still worried about relying on others for help. Pushing him at this point would be futile and inappropriate, so I allow the conversation to die. Without nothing more to say, Lou moves back up. Yes, kiss him. I wish I could. We continue along the bridges. The only sound is the hollow echo of our footsteps and the whispering of the water as it sloshes against the wood. The stillness doesn't reassure me. Instead, it rings through me like a blaring warning bell. My instincts picking up on the all too familiar moments of calm before the storm, the peace before the battle breaks. It's the final battle! My fears only realize a few moments later. In the far in the distance, I hear the wet smacking of crunch of another set of footsteps. I peer back to see Prowler slowly following with us with its distinctive wobbling gait. Gait. It's possible that it's been following us behind since we escaped the shore, only now has drawn near enough for us to notice. Considering our amount of light has shrunk so noticeably since that first night, it doesn't surprise me that it would follow so persistently. All we can do is keep an eye on it and hope it doesn't draw too close. I glanced over at Lou, who's been rather quiet for quite some time, as though he's deeply entranced by his own thoughts.
Lou.
Hello, Earth to fucking Lou. Just do an SAO and put some headgear on and go into a game and give him one huge smoochy smooch. Why not? Fuck it. He jerks nearly imperceptibly as he's brought out of his reverie. He briefly looks at my way, only to dart his eye left and right like someone trying to remember what's real upon waking from a disorienting dream. I feel slightly apologetic and try to smile reassuringly at him. Instead of acknowledging me, he turns his gaze back to the what? I was gonna say back to what? What now? Hello, game. Okay, the game's just freaking out at me now. Does he have the amnesia? It's the final countdown. A moment passes between us, and then he raises his eyes up to mine again and beckons me to come closer. After I reach his side, he surveys the other 2 party members. Once he seems satisfied with the positions, He draws in towards me and speaks in an almost whisper.
You wouldn't mind hearing a little about me, would you? I'd like to talk to you about...
Please do. He grins at me. However, his face quickly falls. He has to look away as he prepares to open up.
I was the black sheep of my village. I wasn't ever able to
He sounds so
accomplish anything.
seductive now. Keep whispering in my
like I never
ear,
belonged.
buddy. Do it.
I couldn't go anywhere else. It wasn't possible.
Watch
for
us lose
someone
B-Boy
like me.
doing this nice backstory
I
of
didn't
his.
exactly want to leave, though.
Cringe. God
I
damn it,
only
Hawk.
wanted to feel I was worthwhile, that I was wanted. I tried again
oops.
and again.
I
to
cut him
get back
off.
to someone,
Too much cringe, I guess.
but it was pointless.
He chuckles bitterly.
Like myself.
I pointedly give him a frown. He ducks his head further.
You probably already know that much about me by this point, huh? I'll move on. During one of my attempts to be of any use, I made some mistakes. I got caught by people who threatened my village. I didn't have the nerve to stand up to them. I put everyone I knew at risk. I had a chance to make up for what I did, but I didn't take it.
Baby boy.
And now this is where I am.
His face falls to the depths of despair.
The worst part is, the longer
Baby
I'm
boy,
here
no.
with you, the less I regret it. No matter what happens to them or me, I wouldn't ever want to change my decision to go.
I've only known you for like less than
I'm
a
such a
day, but I
selfish
love you
coward.
already.
I'm
God.
embracing
I've probably
that
actually
now.
known it from a day at this point, actually. I've known you for a full 24 hours, and I fell in love with you so quickly. I love you. He gonna die. I can just tell it's gonna happen. Stop. And Nixi claws through the chest. Stop, people. You're fucking me up, man. After one weak, self-derisive laugh, he sighs in defeat. I want to help Lou. I wish he could see his own worth. However, my mind is distracted. Something in the story strikes me. When we first found him, he was heading in the opposite direction of us. He must have started from the other shore. There's only one village located in that direction.
Lou, are you from Hemmer? That's where I am heading. It's currently under siege, and I've been asked to assist in pushing the Brigadiers back.
He wordlessly stares at me. His expression is clouded with unreadable emotion. After a moment, he turns to the ground and murmurs softly.
No specifics. I'm sorry.
What? Bitch! He tries to sound lighthearted, but it's clear that he's shaken. I try to offer him a sympathetic smile.
I understand. The people there will be all right. I will make sure of it.
Has a yandere ever told you a lie? Yes.
That's good.
Toma, for example, from fucking Amnesia Memories. Lou acts as though he chose to cross Sinnlos only for his own sense of self. However, I silently wonder if there's more to it than just that. Was he crossing to find help on the other side? Despite my curiosity, I couldn't ask him to elaborate. It's clearly a difficult topic for him, and I agreed to not get specifics out of this. I reach over to him and gently stroke his back, from the nape of his neck slowly down to his spine, and then right down to the ass. With consent, of course. He shivers at my touch, though it is in no way from discomfort. I caress him, and he allows me to. We walk for quite a bit longer, the voices whispering amongst each other. Here comes the fucking music again. Amongst each other has died down, but the squishing and clicking of prowess has replaced them. It's difficult to trace the exact origin of the sound. Okay, we just say over this constantly now, until we get to a choice. Hopefully that's not timed. It's difficult to trace the exact origin of the sound. All I know is that it's far too close for comfort. The guide stops abruptly, bringing us to an awkward halt. Luckily, there are no impacts between the three of us.
Stay where you are.
Huh? We're playing red light, green light. My eyes are drawn to the guide. He's making small movements, cautiously pressing his foot into the boards in front of him at different spots. Could something be wrong with the bridge itself? My theory is proven correct almost immediately.
The boards ahead are unstable. They may break when stepped on.
No!
Is there another path?
This is our path. Move slowly and do not have two people on the same board at a time. I will cross first. When I find a stable section, I will inform you. Then you will follow my lead.
Oh my god, bitch! No! He doesn't allow us time to answer before darting forward. His steps are light, but beneath him, the wood creaks loudly. After it is well established that we will be unable to cross normally, my chest tightens with worry. I can almost feel the prowler drawing close with each passing second.
Why are the bridges this way? They can be burned into ash and will still rise the next nightfall. And yet this spot is less stable than the rest. It is strange.
I blame God.
There likely isn't a reason for it. It's just another piece of madness.
Lou doesn't say anything on the topic, merely staring ahead. The guide breaks his cautious steps, testing the security of the bridge.
Where I am now is solid. You only need to reach this position.
Well, I can't see where that position is, asshole. Now that the guide has successfully crossed the bridge to a stable point, the rest of us recognize that we have little time to waste. The haphazard squelching footsteps behind us are only getting louder and louder. Lou moves ahead of us onto the strange bridge. Oh, be safe. We each make our way carefully towards the other side. The slowness of the pace makes it seem much longer than it really is. Oh boy. Oh boy. When Lou finally makes it to the other side to safety, completely unharmed, an outpouring relief overwhelms me. I don't dwell on the feeling, as all my focus is drawn once more to my own crossing. The boards creak ominously beneath my feet, almost like they are protesting against my footsteps. Oh, it was a shuddering crash. One of the boards snaps beneath my feet. What? No! Before I even realize what's happened, I feel the cold waters of Sinnlos close over me. I didn't get it. No! The air in my lungs burst out in an involuntary scream, nothing but bubbles in the murking water. The hushed silence of the air is replaced by a dull rumble of water rushing into my ears. The waters are so dark. No, bitch! That did not just happen. I can barely tell what way is up. Only the almost oily sensation of the lake's heavy water flowing past me gives me a sense that I'm rapidly sinking. No, bitch! Fuck you. I thrash my arms in a desperate attempt to slow my descent into that horrible blackness below. Kikka dies while Lou sacrificed himself for her. A vice-like grip seizes my leg, halting my feeble attempt at escape. Terror grips my heart just as tightly. I kick downward with all my might at the monster I know lurks underneath me. You fall into the water after one board snap? What the fuck? It must have been a big board. I have no idea if my assault made a difference. Miraculously, I feel the hold leave my leg. With a renewed hope spurring me on, I frantically claw my way back to the surface. Like I'm escaping a burial, my head bursts free and I eagerly gulp down lungfuls of life-giving air. Then I work my way back to the bridge and cling to the water with both hands. Oh my god. Hi, Christy, it's me. Yo, Lou, there's a character named Lou in this fucking game. Yo, Lou. Lou, boy. There was a boy named Lou. So if I say fuck Lou, it's not towards you. It was the same size as Lou's love for Kikka. I know! Oh my god. The moment I try to hoist myself up out of the water, the board beneath my hands bends. Stop, motherfuckers. I realized at once that if I apply any more pressure, it will snap just like the other one. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Oh my god. How are you doing, Lou? How are you doing? My dude. Weakly clinging to the edge, I exert tons of my energy, dragging myself through the clinging water beside the path to find a sturdier piece. The wood pierces my fingers, and leaves deep splinters in its wake. Ew. Maybe the shell will save you? Oh, shell! Come on, it's not a magic conch shell, though. After dragging my drenched body, feeling the whisper of cold hands just beneath my feet, reaching to drag me back to the depths, the boards finally grow sturdier. Now they grow sturdier? What the fuck is this? With all my strength, I pushed to haul myself out of this void. The vicious liquid does not take well to resistance. Moving up causes it to tighten around my waist like a massive Nixi hand, keeping me in. What is this? I don't fucking know anymore, man. With a final effort, I managed to tear myself free and practically hurl myself across the wooden planks. I just fucking slide all the way there. Exhausted from the effort, I shakily bring myself to my feet. Once I feel the disorientation of my narrow victory pass, I search the surroundings to get a feel for where I am now. It's the revenge of Margaret! Dread fills the pit of my stomach as I realize I've returned to the opposite side of the unstable bridges. I look across fucking B-boy left me and the guide who viewed the scene in shock. I stand there, dazed for a beat. Before opening my mouth to speak, a splash interrupts me. I instinctively take a step backwards and look at the water. Lou! No! No! Fuck you. It's Lou. He's fallen in, and he can't get up. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, no. Baby boy. Baby boy. You must not get captured by venom. And all the different fucking parasites. A ragged breath escapes me as I rush to his aid. I thrust my hand out towards him before he starts to sink. You're too damn good to be true. He takes it and grips me tightly. I start pulling with every single muscle in my body. Unfortunately, I'm fighting against much more than just the water this time. The strength of the Nixi is too great. I can't bring him up. I can only keep him from going down.
Bring the light here!
I've begged them frantic eyes. Then I return my full attention to Lou. If I lose sight of him for more than a moment, I feel I'll lose him.
You'll be alright. You only need to hold on.
Bye, Lou. Fucking not Lou. Come on, baby boy. Come on, I love you. In the lake, the disturbed water at the heads of the Nixi distort their visages into the cruel, twisted grins. How those motherfuckers have lips? Those motherfuckers have mouths? Oh my god. They pull harder and Lou. My grip on him slips incrementally. I listen for the sounds of creaky boards. They have to be coming. They have to be. I repeat these words over and over, chanting them and desperately trying to believe them. Lou's voice bubbles out. It's difficult to parse in the cacophony of chaos surrounding us. However, the final part is clear.
Behind you!
With that, Lou painfully rips his arm from my grasp. He tricked me.
Lou!
The motherfucker tricked me! I scream towards him, but it's too late. He's already long lost the inky depths of the lake, tears sting in my eyes. But not allowing his warning to fall on deaf ears, I whip my head around to find the prowler standing over me, torso hanging over his hips at an impossible angle as it leers at me. Motherfuckers! I think it's because we didn't save Margaret. I thought he tricked it. I thought there was nothing behind me. He just wanted to let me go. He didn't want me to fucking fuck. He didn't want me to worry about him. That's why he's like, look behind you, and there was nothing behind me, but there actually is. Oh, baby boy. We had. I feel like having Margaret here would have actually been beneficial. Fuck. My jerky movement startles into recoiling back. I use the opportunity to swiftly roll out of its reach. I hop back onto my feet and unsheath my sword, ready to fight. The prowler tenses the few strings of snooty muscle on its bony frame, lowering its posture. As it starts to inch closer to me, I give it a hasteful glare, digging into my heel to steady my footing. Before it gets within arm's reach, I take aim and strike. The tip of my blade grazes its hand, and the creature hisses violently. Pure white look at it like the tears falling from its eyes seeps from the wound, dripping into the cracks of the wood. Fucking rip. Yeah, rip Lou. Fuck. Despite this, the prowler does not retreat, continues circling me, creaking more violently than ever. Finally, the light from the guide's staff pours over the sea. Fucking fine, took you long enough, asshole. When the glow envelops me, the prowler turns and leaps back into the lake. The adrenaline was the only thing keeping me together. With that cut, I fall to my knees and start to bawl. He was right in front of me, and yet I could do nothing to help him. He's gone. B-boy bends down and grasps my shoulder. Fucking let go of me, asshole! Don't fucking touch me! He brushes closer to my face and whispers softly.
Are you okay?
Bitch, no! I peer down, my eyes trail to the edge of the bridge where Lou was lost. My focus isn't unnoticed.
Do not go near there. The Nixi did not expect someone to be in the lake without their doing, much less two. You were very lucky. Anyone who draws close to the water now will die.
Now you decide to come with the light? Where the fuck were you? I feel like an empty husk.
Why?
It's one word, it's the only one I can manage. He was safe on the other side only a moment ago, but...
He jumped into the lake himself.
I stare up at the guide, utterly shocked by his scoffed statement, and open my mouth to speak. However, it hangs agape as I struggle to find the words. How could he do that? Why would he do that? What was was that the reason they released me? Because they were trying to grab him instead? Motherfucker, Lou was stupid. I have to agree, he's kind of stupid. Fucking martyr, dying as a hero. God damn it. B-boy grips my shoulder tighter and tries to console me. The guy still looks unhappy with the situation. He swoops down to be on my eye level.
We have to move on. If he wanted you to survive so much that he threw himself to the Nixi, then you should respect that. Relight your lantern.
I gaze at him with empty eyes, and I then let my gaze fall back to the boards. My lantern lies deserted where it landed after I reached for Lou. I refused to relinquish it while in the lake because I had the nerve to hope I would make it back. If I had known it would be the cost of his life instead, I'm not sure what I would have done. But I have an idea. When I don't move, the guy extends his long, slender arm to retrieves the lantern. He gestures the opposite to me. I awkwardly pick up my sword and return to its hilt. My limbs shake as I take the proffered lantern. B-Boy takes out his matches and offers them to me since I'm soaked from the previous skirmish. I take the match from his hand and swipe it to ignite. I relight my lantern. It glows light once more. Without another word, the guide stands. I force myself up onto my feet to join him. He turns around and faces forward, his coat swaying behind him. Carefully, he makes his way across the unstable boards once more. He's stupid but precious. Guide, you're one sick and unsympathetic motherfucker. I watch the guide listlessly as he crosses. I can hear B-Boy's voice vaguely in the background. He's speaking gently to me. However, no matter what he's trying to say, his words just come out muffled and distant, like someone underwater. The guide makes it across and turns to us. It's our turn now. B-Boy and I tread onto the bridges, carefully stepping over the broken section. This time, no boards snap. We make it to the other side in one piece. Bittersweetness overcomes me. Even though I'm relieved that no one else has succumbed to the same fate as Lou, the previous scene still echoes in my mind. I wipe a tear from my eye. Why couldn't I have held firm the first time? We spend a moment looking at each other and then at the boards, no one knowing what to say. After a pause, the guide starts walking again. We must follow. Continue on or staying behind to be with Lou eternally are the only options. If the guide is right, he wouldn't have wanted that. I keep walking down the path, lost deep in foggy despair. First Margaret and now Lou. We're fucked! What the fuck? I'm mad, actually. Jesus. It's difficult to come to terms with the sickening feeling of all it sinks to the bottom of my stomach, just like Lou did with the water, and settles like thick bile. Being here feels as though I'm at the swirling center of the endless nightmare. I reach down to lightly touch the pouch that houses the shell. All I have left is to keep moving forward with heavy steps until this is truly finally over. I caress the pouch and force back the gush of tears that threatens to return. We still have the shell, though. Goku will save me? I hope Goku saves me. Eventually, the guide slows to a stop in front of us. He waits, looking forward quietly before trying to face us.
Take my staff. I will need your lantern.
What?
Our path is
What?
blocked.
What? What did I miss? We touched the shell and we got really emotional. I clutched the lantern tightly.
Are you going to throw it?
No, it may not be poised to attack yet. I will blow out the light and draw nearer. Then I will relight it once I grow close enough to the prowler.
This.
That should force it to retreat without having to risk losing one of our remaining
Is the guide
lives.
about to sacrifice himself? But fucking better not. I don't know how to get back. I really don't know how to get motherfucking back. So I don't know what he's doing, motherfucker. I'm surprised at how desperate the plan sounds. However, I don't object to it. I have no alternative to suggest.
All right.
I can't believe we just fucked ourselves out of a romance. Fuck! You just can't do it. You just can't date anyone, I guess, right? I'm just really upset now. God damn it. Okay. I offer my lantern. He trades me his staff.
Stay here. The prowler will not act rashly as long as it sees no light close by. It will be on guard if you approach.
What if I don't have a light either?
Oh, fuck. I quickly turn to Bemelle, B-Boy, terrified at the notion. He can't throw himself to those monsters, too. I level a disapproving glower.
With no protection, you risk being taken at any moment. You need to wait here.
What is this game and everyone... What's with this game and everyone dying? It's fucking Until Dawn, basically.
I'll keep matches in hand and light one if needed. I can't let someone go off that far without a light. I won't be changing my mind.
A pang wells up in my chest. He feels just as much regret over the situation as I do. I don't want him to take unnecessary risks like this, yet I can't say I don't understand his desire to. I would have wanted to go after the guide if B-Boy hadn't. As it stands, someone has to remain with our light, and that will be me. B-Boy has made his decision. I'll fucking bye, B-Boy. The guide narrows his eyes at B-Boy, yet he says nothing more than walks off into the darkness. No, B-Boy, we love you. B-Boy gives me a rather apologetic smile, and I try to tie my own lips into a smile, but fail halfway through. He pulls out a box of matches and keeps them handy as he starts walking towards the guide. Well, Kikka is forever alone, yep. The silhouettes of both men disappear into the fog, their footsteps trailing off. I wait alone in silence, my body tense with anticipation. I clutch the center of the staff given to me, ready to return it to anyone who might need it. As the seconds roll by, the quietness overtakes the area. I feel beads of sweat form on my head and drip back down my neck. In the distance, a light flickers into existence. I tighten my grip and squint my eyes, trying to see either of them. I defeat the urge to run in the mist towards them. Finally, the silhouette of the two men appear, and I finally feel capable of breathing again. Wait, new theory. Tell us the theory. I look between the two of them like I'm caught in a trance. The guy is passive. B-Boy, on the other hand, appears glad with the result.
I'm glad you're safe.
I hardly did a thing in the end. I didn't even get that close to it. But that's certainly better than if any trouble came up.
I smile with gratitude that this threat was overcome peacefully and nod. Now with the pathway clear, I've won in one piece, we can continue. Oh, oh no. After hours navigating the web of bridges, the faint silhouette of the shore creeps into view. It seems unbelievable the end is in sight. Even that wisp of hope does little to ease the ache inside me. I still feel hollow inside. Those of us remaining continue in the direction of the shore, and the darkness around us begins to break. A seed of worry sprouts inside me. Will we make it? The guy ahead seems to have no sign of concern on her face. When does he, though? I hold on to the hope that we will be able to make it through. We are at the very end of the bridges. I can smell the trees and the earth, and even through the fog, I can almost count the remaining bridges between us and land. What if Kikka... Back up, bitch! Okay, what if Kikka ends up like Lou, lost on the bridge, and the guy knew who Lou was, but left him behind to die? That's why the guy wanted you to leave Lou alone, so now the guy will leave you, kill B-Boy, and do the same thing to Nixi. He sacrifices people. I'm thinking, like, that's an interesting theory, but I don't think that's the case. I think that's too far-fetched. What if the bridge does not exist? I don't know. You know, I love the phoenix face right there. But between the end and us, a prowler appears. B-Boy curses quietly as the prowler sloppily advances. The fucking sun's coming up, dude. Get the fuck out. I eye the monster intently. It makes no move to leave us, so I turn to the guide instead.
Here, take my lantern. Once it's scared off, we'll make our way to the shore. It shouldn't be an issue with it so close by.
The guide says nothing, however he extends his hand to accept my offer. I feel my body tense for a moment before relinquishing my light to the guide. It's not much farther I'm sure we can make it. The guide slowly steps ahead, and he and the creature brace for confrontation. Back, bitch! You will get off our path. B-Boy and I stay close enough to the guide's back to keep from being left behind in the darkness. Hello, I press click. Don't respond, game. Game, respond,
ready to
okay.
Run. Don't get left behind.
He then darts forward and launches the light directly at the prowler. It makes a snarling hiss as it retreats back into the black waters. None of us waste even a second looking back. We push forward. The power of light compels you! I race across the bridges, desperately trying to keep the guide's light-edged figure in clear sight. I run as fast as I possibly manage without slipping on the boards. We run across the entire way, spurred on by the shoreline rapidly approaching. Miraculously, I can feel my feet plunge into dirt. I stumble forwards, near collapsing onto the ground while trying to catch my breath. It feels as though I've come out of a long dream. We made it.
Thank God. Oh, thank God.
I rest there quietly for a few moments, taking time to allow my breathing and emotions to settle down. Finally, I look up from my lap and see B-Boy standing ahead of me. Both her eyes are flowing with tears. B-Boy walks over and sits down in the dirt nearby. He gazes deeply into my eyes, with a gentle smile gracing his lips. No words need to be exchanged between us to know that what the other is thinking. I'm glad for it, because I'm not sure I would be able to speak even if I needed to. Gotta go take a shower. Be right back. Okie dokie. Running away from those Nixi. The sound of sloshing wood lurching captures our attention as the bridge begins to sink. In a few moments, only the lonely dock is left. Oh, I was gonna say, damn, the guy just fucking sacrificed himself, but of course, no, he didn't. With that, the guide walks towards me.
It is time to leave this place. There is nothing left for you here.
Upon being addressed by him, I rise to my feet. He has a calm look on his face, though there is force behind his serenity. I open my mouth in an attempt to speak. However, I quickly realize I have no little idea of what to say. Do I thank him for this? Should I give him my trust? Was I survival because of him or despite him? Even now, I cannot know for certain. And the fog is removed from my thoughts. After everything that has happened, it has become clear. Hard on my face to match his serious disposition. There is something he certainly is right of. This lake isn't a place to linger. Going around in surrounding circles will never help. We cannot submit our lives or our minds to Sinnlos. For better or for ill, there is only one person who can help those once they are within its grasp, the guide. If he were removed from the roof, the place would be no safer. What I must do if I truly want to defend others is keep them from coming here at all. When I return to my village, I intend to make that information acutely known to our elder. For that to happen, we must leave.
Goodbye.
His eyes narrow as he looks over me. I begin to I begin to feel uncomfortable under his scrutiny, but for a moment I could swear I noticed him smiling slightly. However, it could easily be a trick of the morning sun. Now he's smiling for once. It's barely a smile, but it's a smile. I look away to face B-Boy, not wanting to get caught up in this any longer.
Bemelle, we're leaving.
He lifts his head at my voice and grins through his expression, though his expression quickly sours into a frown. He shows no eagerness to move forward and keeps his distance. He still feels regret that it is only us who are leaving. I empathize greatly with him, knowing that that feeling is one we will never escape from, even after this lake is far behind us. However, he managed to weakly smile again.
Those words are music to my ears. Let's head out.
But B-Boy walks towards the forest without even acknowledging the guide. That is for the best, on the whole. We must get away from here. It saddens me to think B-Boy doesn't even have the strength to become angry, though perhaps he has an epiphany about this lake in the same way that I did. We'll be able to discuss that on another occasion. Despite the firmness I so intently tried to have, my heart starts to waver. Margaret, Lou, they're both still here. I wish to give them a proper farewell. I want to do something. My eyes begin to water and I almost turn back around. No, it is done. I need to remember that they would never want me to ascribe their lives to Sinnlos. Nothing would disgrace their memory more. I will keep them in my thoughts without allowing this lake to poison me. With my steadfastness truly regained, I march into light with no hesitation. With a solemn heart, I arrived at Hemmer. They were grateful to see me, for it was a desperate situation indeed. Their urgency meant that their mind was occupied with other matters. I worked tirelessly to aid Hemmer's own guards in forcing back the brigaders. But during the moments of calm and when the sun went down, I remembered the lake. B-Boy was a great help during the fight. His outwardly positive demeanor lifted the spirits of many around him, but I could see from the shadows in his eyes that he hadn't forgotten what we went through. Nor could I miss the distance that had grown between us. He spoke fewer words to me, and I never gave him many either. Yet he seemed stronger than I had seen before. I admire his will. When receiving payments for his services, the guide must give a report of all those who had both succeeded and failed across his lake. The name and fate of Margaret soon became known in Khmer. I added that she was an intelligent, thoughtful person and urged them to show respect for her passing. I hope that one day I'll have the opportunity to go to her hometown and give my own proper respects. I have not heard nor seen the guide since then. He will remain obscured in that realm and fog of fear, a mysterious light off in the distance that is ever out of reach of the real world. I worry about when I must return home to my usual life. It will be difficult to continue as things were before. One thing I know for certain is that my village elder must be told that no one is to cross Sinnlos again. I have already told the Hemmer leaders the same. Not a single more person should have to experience what we did. Its darkness will remain with me for the rest of my days. Though so much was lost, I try to believe that our reasons will keep others from suffering the same way, and in the end, something will be gained. I still find it difficult to accept Lou's cruel death. I have yet to remove the shell from my pouch. Carrying it gives me at least some comfort that helps me continue on despite the pain. I will not stop trying. I will still fight to protect others. Though through it all, Lou will stay with me. He simply won't fade into the mist. I choose to believe that in this way, his soul can find peace. Oh, like a voices, fuck you! Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I can't do anything. Bye, B-Boy. Despite every call, Excel and me screaming to help, I force myself not to make any sudden movements. B-Boy lifts his foot from the cusp of the wall and places it back on the board in front of him. Oh, we good. Thank goodness, the entire section could have collapsed. Lou looks at us clearly concerned.
A part of the board broke. Everyone is fine, however.
Oh, thank God.
You should avoid
game
that
is
section
brutal as hell.
completely.
Okay.
We're still in much danger as we stand here. I encourage him to begin moving once more. Oh, he lives, yes. I make sure to skip over the broken board myself when I come to it. As I pass by the hole, I catch every bit of the movement in the water, but when I look closely, there's nothing there. Oh, my God! Ah! Everyone reaches the other side of that trap! Fuck yeah, bitch! Oh my God, we did it, fucking bitch, yes! The guide says nothing. Oh. Okay, the lantern's not working now. Crawl now! The three of us stare at my fucking unlit lantern, silently pleading. A few moments pass, and yet the lantern remains cold and lifeless. In desperation, I jiggle the lantern, hoping that somehow something will click and the light will return. Nothing happens. I feel the others' nerves climbing with every second. They shift uncomfortably as they watch me pathetically relight it. We are quiet, still hoping the guy won't notice. I see shaking at the tap of the sides of the cracked glass. When that doesn't yield any results, I open the lantern itself and look over the internal workings. I cannot reach inside. Despite its appearance, the metal has retained the heat from before and I would be burned. Phoenix! Hi, wrestling friend! How you doing, man? As the darkness stretches on, I frantically try to figure out what the problem is from the sight alone to no avail.
The light is gone.
Yep, bitch. The indifferent tone of the speaker is unmistakable. No, not yet. I look up from my work to see the guy is approaching us. I'm at a loss for words. He comes near and edges the light of his light, shelter us like a blanket. Aww.
Relighted.
My hands begin to tremble. I know that I won't do anything, but I do as demanded and hope for a miracle. I attempt to get the inner cord to catch flame, but the lantern refuses to comply no matter what I do. Oh shit! The guy's eyes widen as the full scope of the situation dawns on him. Good to see you all. I got back from work. Yeah. Having some food. What you eating, boy? My two companions start nervously fidgeting and whisper about possible solutions, but I hear each one getting shot down. I look at the guide forlornly. We are completely at his mercy now if he has any to spare at all. He coldly surveys the three of us. After silently deliberating, he narrows his eyes until there are slits in his face.
I will allow one of you to remain in my light.
One?
That's insanity! Your staff creates more than enough light for the four of us. We could easily follow at a distance you would feel comfortable with.
Someone who wants to live will share their light with no one. I will not share my light with three.
He almost snarls at us.
After everything that's happened,
What?
all that we've done, you're going to abandon two of us this easily? You truly are a bastard.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Stop. If you take so much as one wrong step towards him, all the guide will do
Chris
is
is still
flee.
B-boy, I'm telling you.
There is no chance that
The guy
fighting
is
will
truly
end
is
in
the
more
true villain.
people
Seriously.
surviving.
He actually is. B-boy doesn't say anymore, but he grits his teeth.
Then, what about two? Could you please keep two of us safe?
The guy sharply shakes his head.
I will allow one and no more. Two will be left behind.
Fuck. Finality rings out from his words.
Lingering at a distance far behind my light will leave you vulnerable. The wisest option is to continuously move, even if it means going another way.
B-boy glowers at the guide hatefully. Lou's eyes narrow as he observes the situation. Alternative thoughts rip through my mind as I try to find some other way.
Kikka.
Huh? Me? My body stiffens. The guide has never referred to me by name this way. It is jarring enough to gain my attention, even amidst the panic rising.
You are the most likely to survive. The offer is for you.
My eyes widen even further. No, I don't want that. I can't be the only one who, no. Oh, fuck that bullshit. I turn my eyes to my two companions. Both of them gaze back at me, dejected. There's a horrifying resignation in their eyes. This cannot be happening. They should be going, not me. They should be the ones who remain safe.
I'm nowhere near as sharp as you are. We both always knew that.
There's a fragile, self-deprecating smile on his face. It makes my heart ache. Lou continues to only passively watch with an unexplainable expression. I shake my head, refusing to watch them give up so easily. I turn to the guide's face one last time, begging him mentally. He is empty, unflinching.
It needs to be done. This is what it means to cross Sinnlos.
The heavy words sink into me as I stare towards the void that eagerly awaits two of us. The guide sucks in a breath, clearly disappointed.
Being without light is dangerous, even if you are close to another. The one who goes with me has no guarantee of making it across. You risk this entire journey being for naught. The correct decisions need to be made.
Let B-Boy go with you.
Everyone
I'll
should
stay
be
with
aware of
motherfucking
that.
Lou. Hashtag fuck you. God damn it. It's the guide, though. It's fucking hashtag fuck you, guide, not the Lou. Lou's not doing anything wrong. His words cut deep. I have no logical reason to object to going if my only solution is choosing another for the same position. I thought I would be ready for this when it presented itself. I believe I had the strength. That was only what I wanted to believe. Not noting that I haven't said anything despite plenty of opportunity, the guide continues.
I will not choose someone else,
Lou
and
exists.
neither will they.
Thus, he must be
Can you
fucked
do
to you.
so? Who deserves to be saved, and who lost in your mind?
Okay. A pit forms in my stomach as the responsibility of this unspeakable choice falls on my shoulders. I try to form a coherent sentence, but whenever I try to wrench them out, the words vanish from my tongue. Having lost his patience, the guy points his finger at Lou almost accusingly.
I've noticed the attention you've
Oh,
given him.
fuck! What do you
Is
mean
that
you
what this
notice
is
the
about?
attention?
Do you want
Bitch,
to
you got eyes
sacrifice
back of your head, you got
position to give him a hope
spying at
of
me?
safety? Or perhaps you would prefer the both of you being left so you remain together? Or does your relationship not matter after all, and you don't care who gets the chance as long as you avoid a sense of guilt?
We're trying to save Lou now, but our lantern went out, so we're fucked.
You're completely mad! Kikka's reaction is what any normal human being
What
would
a
have.
dick!
You can't
Now, this
pretend
dude's a
she's
straight
to
up
blame.
fucking dick.
I am aware. No one should have to take on such a grim task. That was why I did not ask it of you. I did it myself. However, that wasn't agreeable, so now the choice is hers, and it is time to decide.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Save over this bullshit. Can we just save over that, please? I don't want to see that anymore. I look over at B-Boy and Lou, hot tears flowing from my eyes. Take B-Boy.
You have to take the other one, guide.
He speaks with no hesitation. Everyone stares at him. Surprisingly, the attention doesn't seem to bother Lou this time. He seems completely calm.
Kikka doesn't want to go, and I don't need you.
Oh, shit! Bitch! Bitch! Bitches! Oh! The guy audibly gasps at Lou's declaration. He doesn't speak either, not from his usual indifference, but because he's completely at a loss for words. Lou shrugs the reaction off, continuing with a derisive tone.
You have your needed answer.
You can always kill the guy and take the lane.
There's
That
only
is
one
true.
person
but
you
we don't
can
know how to
take.
get there. We don't know how to get to the
I
place.
hope that you'll be able to prove your
actually, we
feat
have
by
Lou.
getting
I
at
think he
least
knows where to go.
someone across.
Hey, E-Man, what's up, boy? How you doing? The guide's face contorts awkwardly. However, I don't get an impression of anger. Instead, it's almost as though Lou's words have struck an insensitive spot. Without another word, he turns around and begins to walk down the bridge.
You have to go. He will take you.
I look over to see Lou encouraging B-Boy to leave. Lou is nearly ready to start pushing him towards the guide.
Yes, Lou is right. The guide
Not
seems
much.
to
You
have
and not
accepted
much.
this, and he won't
Finish
change
this
his
game.
mind
Now we're trying to
again.
save our boy so we can actually kiss him. B-Boy looks between the two of us furiously.
If the choice was between the two of us, you should have gone.
The people need you more than they need me, Bemelle.
That's a lie. Even if it weren't, I wouldn't care.
I don't intend on leaping into the lake. I will find a way to manage. I'm sharp and quick-witted, after all.
I weakly grin. B-Boy grimaces at the way I turned his own words against him.
Be safe, please. There isn't time left.
B-Boy covers his eyes with his hand.
Damn you.
His face softens.
I will see you again. Somehow.
Yes! He lingers for only the briefest of moments before turning on his heel to catch up with the man who is no longer my guide. It was almost unbearable seeing him so hurt. He wanted to protect me as much as I wanted that for him. However, I still hold to my decision. Yet I cannot help but wonder what Lou is thinking. By now, that feeling has become familiar to me. Even so, this seems unexpected. We both stand alone, consumed by a creeping darkness. I stare quietly at Lou for a good chunk of time. He laughs nervously under my gaze, and his eyes dart away.
Please don't look at me that way. I meant what I said. Besides,
the guide is the
worst heel of
2019 that the year just started.
I'm sure.
I watch him for a second longer before releasing a pent-up sigh. I can't say he's wrong. Lou is stronger than most give him credit for. Lou nonchalantly stretches his arms out, his elbows popping with emotion.
Probably should start running now.
Oh, wait, what bits, huh? Katie, with the 4 bits. Ah, Katie, hey. How is everyone? I'm doing pretty good. You missed the first playthrough of this game. We actually finished the game within the 3 hours. And now we're trying to save our precious small bean. How are you doing, Katie? I'm doing good. I look down, my fist tightening in contemplation. I can't let concern slow us down. I need to get him to the other side. I steel my determination. The two of us dash forward and take another branching path out of the bridges. We race to cross Sinnlos bridge after bridge. Many glossy arms reach up from the lake to over the sides of the bridge towards our ankles. Luckily, we're able to pass by each one before any can grab a hold. There are moments here and there where Lou seems like he is going to stumble and fall. However, he managed to keep himself upright each time and continues forward. Fuck y'all! Our confidence is shattered as we turn down another path and we're forced to come to a halt. In the distance, we see a mass of slow-turning figures creeping our way. I narrow my eyes.
Prowlers.
Fucking prowlers, those sons of bitches. So how was League of Voices? League of Voices is actually pretty good. It's really short, but I should have considered that considering it's a free game. But I like it. And my glasses are dirty somehow. I don't understand why. By the way, I got my eyebrows done yesterday, so I no longer have a unibrow. It's great. I love it personally. I love it when I don't look like Ed from Ed, and Eddie. You know? I love it. Oh god. Ugh. Okay. It's still pretty fucking it's still dirty, whatever. I turned behind me only to see more Nixi as they began to rise up from the waters. They stretched their crooked limbs across the boards. I hear voices in my head. Droplets of cold sweat begin to run down my back. There was no clear path any longer. Even if we light a match to set side of the bridge on fire, it's possible not all of them will leave, and then we'll be trapped by both flame and monsters, and also put the rest of the others at risk if the flames spread to them. I slowly slide my hand down my side and reach for the hilt of my sword. I leave behind the broken lantern. That won't do anything for us now.
Stay close. I can at least clear the way we came so we can keep going.
You never looked like Ed and Eddie. My eyebrows did, though. You guys just didn't see it. I also got my upper lip done, so I don't got a mustache anymore.
No.
Oh. I blink in bemusement at the finality of his words. He barely has the nerve to be so bold.
Swinging your sword will only give them another option to pull you down with. I've heard stories. Please listen, Kikka. Run away with me. We can make...
Oh, run away with me. Oh, what a boy. I look over at the monsters who are now clambering over the bridges towards us faster, and then look back at Lou, who locks eyes with me without a whisper of doubt. It's clear he won't let me throw myself at the threat.
All right. Since you're better informed on how to handle this, then, I will follow your lead.
Relief washes over Lou's face before it hardens again with determination.
We should go.
This dude's so pure. I don't even want to get with the guy now. Fuck him. I nod and turn to the path ahead, crawling with monsters. We sprint down the bridge together into the fray of contorting claws. I duck below Nix's grasping hands and jump over another, reaching a pair at the base of the bridge. I hear a small noise from Lou, with trepidation but still riding at full speed. I whip back to look at him. Lou is fine. He simply shakes his head and motions for me to continue.
I'm okay. Keep moving.
Kick the monsters in the dick. It worked for Mickey. That is true. Right, if I don't keep moving, then I'll only be in his way. However, I won't be in the way. However, I reach my hand back for him to take. Being distracted by the thoughts of Lou stumbling will bring us both down. This can help. See my hand waiting ahead, past those of the monsters, encourages Lou to even further. He pushes his way through and grabs hold. I grip him tightly and begin to run again. We manage to clear the worst of the swarm of the Nixi on the bridges. I take a moment to savor fresh air as I slow my mad pace. Lou is gasping for breath. However, he's got an eager grin on his face. The Nixi do not follow us, but they are much too near for comfort. We meet eyes and both continue to run to put those creatures far behind us, still hand in hand. Oh, this is so cute! We start rushing across the bridges with a new vigor. But don't stop until the wet sound of the crooked monsters are long behind us. I take advantage of the break to look around with more carefulness. It is nothing but the essence of Sinnlos. Bridges, fog, and the lake itself. I can see neither the interloping guide's light nor the shore. We are completely utterly lost in this labyrinth of ever-changing bridges. The atmosphere surrounding this place is even more oppressive and dense in the dark. Now that I've been forced to take in our situation, I am engulfed by the sheer emptiness of it all. The silence is deafening. My thoughts turn to Lou. This is what he had to deal with before we happened to find each other. I felt so sure of my need to protect him. The boy on the brink of death curled up in a helpless ball. I feel the cold string of regret upon realizing that Lou's back in this situation again thanks to my choices. I turn to assess him. He's bent forward over his knees, panting erratically as he tries to catch his breath. He's completely and utterly exhausted. Yet, when he catches my gaze, he looks up to smile at me. Oh! I jerk my head away. I'm widely uncomfortable that Lou's much more willing to smile now than ever before. I have no idea what he could be so happy over this. How he could be so happy over this. I don't even want to consider that he's acting this way for my weak sake. I open my mouth to speak before I can put forth one word.
I think we're safe right now.
I am struck baffled by his choice of words given where we are. Sinnlos is the Nixi's territory. They felt inescapable. However, this lake is vast and the Nixi are not omnipresent or not science, whatever. I can never say that word. Lou catches me looking for any signs.
I noticed that Nixi can't be everywhere in this maze. It's huge. Now that we're away from them, we just have to be quiet.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's gonna work, to be fair.
Of course.
I feel a surge of hope well up in my chest.
We should take this opportunity to fully rest. Then we can progress somewhat slowly for a time. Capturing the attention of those beasts with loud steps is something we must avoid.
Lou nods. The two of us stand quietly together, regaining our strength for the path ahead. After a short period, we start to make our way across the bridges as cautiously as possible. He starts to move ahead of me. I follow behind closely. Lou stares out at the lake with a listless expression, and he seems entirely entranced within his own mind. His expression is dark. His thoughts are almost oozing gloom. I make no attempts to interrupt, allowing him to process his thoughts on his own. Unfortunately, his true concerns are still a mystery. I feel powerless to help.
What are the odds? The two of us would end up getting left behind by the guide again.
Huh? He chuckles and a nervous smile of my own forms at the sheer irony of it.
I cannot say. It isn't exactly the same,
We just have to be
however.
quiet. But I'm a Twitch
This
streamer,
time, it
exactly.
was you
I
who
can't be
chose to be with
motherfucking
me.
quiet.
How could I not? There isn't anything else in this lake that's worth standing by.
Oh, shit! Why did you have to say that, you cutie? You motherfucker. Oh my gosh, is it gonna... Nope, they're worse. What the fuck? I don't understand how to clean glasses, I guess. I hate glasses because they just get dirty by staring at something. Somehow, you won't be able to... You can stand still and the glasses will still get dirty. I keep putting my blanket in the dryer and it won't dry. This is the third time it has been in the dryer. What setting are you putting your dryer on to dry it? That's my question. The affection in his tone causes me to smile more honestly. We continue on the near identical pathways together. After a short comment before Lou has stopped speaking again. We were rather aimless, but there's still a little sense of panic between us. Somehow, the complete isolation makes it feel as though there are no threats. There's only us in the never-ending void. I force myself to shake off such thoughts. I need to remain focused. The end will come whether we arrive at it or not. A little later down the path, Lou suddenly seems to escape the snare of his mind once more. He gives me an inquisitive look.
So are you still curious about me? I wouldn't mind sharing more, if you'd like.
Sure.
I can't give specifics, but if that's fine, then...
He grins at me. However, his face quickly falls. He has to look away as he prepares to open up.
I was the black sheep of my
Okay,
village.
we read this.
I wasn't ever able
We
to
read
accomplish
this.
anything,
We read this.
and it felt like I never belonged.
We read this. We fucking read it.
I couldn't go anywhere else. It wasn't possible for someone
Okay,
like me.
we're gonna look at it again because I can't skip
I
it.
didn't exactly want to leave, though. I only wanted to feel I was
I'm a gamer. Well, I don't like to be
I
quiet.
was wanted.
Betting?
Mm.
Oh, that's a weird say. I never had to deal with that setting before. I have like delicates, fast, dry, whatever. Oh, that nice stuff.
I tried
Or
again
speed dry,
and
whatever
again
it's called.
to be that to someone, but it was pointless.
He chuckles bitterly.
Like myself.
You're not pointless. I pointedly give him a frown. He ducks his head further.
You probably already know that much about me by this point, huh? I'll move on. During one of my attempts to be of any use,
So what I miss?
made some
Mistakes.
I got caught.
Lou's
by
alive
people
still.
Who
And
threatened
we're
my
getting his
village. I
conversation
didn't
now
have the nerve
instead of
to stand
before
up to
when he
them.
died.
I put everyone I knew at risk.
Give up on leaving the bridge. We just kind of like ran around. I don't know what we're doing anymore, honestly.
I had a chance to.
We're no
make
longer
up
with the
for what I
guide
did,
though.
But I didn't take it.
B-boy's
Now
with
this
us.
is where I am.
His face falls to the depths of despair.
The worst part is, the longer I'm here, with you.
This is still cute though.
Yes, I regret
This little conversation and this
no
scene
matter
is so
what
cute.
happens to them or me, I wouldn't ever want to change my decision to go with you. I'm such a selfish coward. At least
Well,
I'm
you two
embracing
can
that
have
now.
some Kikka x Lou babies now. Yeah, true. After 1 week self-derisive laugh, he sighs in defeat. I want to help Lou. I wish he could see his own worth. However, my mind is distracted. Something in his story strikes me. When we first found him, he was heading in the opposite direction of us. He must have started from the other shore. There's only one village located in that direction.
Lou, are you from Hemmer? That's where I am heading. It's currently under siege, and I've been asked to assist in pushing the Brigadiers back.
He wordlessly stares at me. His expression is cloaked with unreadable emotion. After a moment, Lou turns to the ground and murmurs softly.
No specifics. I'm sorry.
Damn, you can't even tell me that now? Still, really? He tries to sound lighthearted, but it's clear that he's shaken. I try to offer him a sympathetic smile.
I understand. The people
This guy is
there
a
will be
cliched
all right.
edgelord.
will
Not
make
kick him
sure
into
of
the...
it.
God damn, Phoenix, no! I can't do it.
That's good.
Lou acts as though he chose to cross Sinnlos only for his own sense of self. But however, I silently wonder if there's more to it than that. Was he crossing to find help on the other side? Despite my curiosity, I couldn't ask him to elaborate. It's clearly a difficult topic for him, and I already agreed not to get specifics out of this. I reach over to him and gently stroke his back from the nape of his neck slowly down to his spine. He shivers at my touch, though is in no way formed from discomfort. I caress him and he allows me to. It's the motherfucking island, bitch! Bitch! We here. We walk together at a steady pace, the irrational sense of peace pervading for a while. Something catches the edge of my eyes and I gasp quietly. There is a silhouette of something ahead. Is that land? The other shore? I have a difficult time believing what I'm seeing.
We were going the right way.
We made it before the fucking guy did, because if you remember, when we were at this point, fucking the sun started coming up. I can hear the astonishment in his voice as well. He goes from complete shock to confident.
We can make it.
Yes, bitch. I nod eagerly. You increase our pace frantically, while doing all we can to remain as quiet as possible. Lou remains ahead at a complete distance in front of me. We take a few turns here and there and keep running down a single bridge for a time, not allowing our eyes to leave the small side of land for too long. We hear puffs out lantern. We made it to the land, Topping. We made it. The silhouette ahead finally comes into full view. I feel my heart pound with excitement. Even so, I refuse to allow that feeling to lower my guard. I need to remain focused. We could so easily fall at the final step. Yet nothing threatens us. Whoa! Fuck yeah, bitch! Then we actually arrive at the dock. The two of us immediately rush off the bridge onto the safety of the solid land. Ladies and gentlemen, We made it. Hey, kissy time with Lou on land, yes. Before I can fully register what happened, I can hear the sound of Lou's airy, overjoyed laughter.
We made it. We actually made it.
Pools of tears form in my eyes, and I allow myself to relish the joy of the moment. I'm so glad we made it in one piece. This doesn't seem real, but instead some wild, waking fantasy. As the rush of adrenaline escapes my body, I realize that we are alone. Did we make it before us and leave? Did they make it before us and leave, or?
The guide goes slow.
I breathe deeply and calm myself. Lou is correct. They will make it to the shore soon enough. I have to believe that. I manage to feel settled again. This lake has made me start to count on the worst case scenarios. It's not real. Y'all are now dead. Don't do that, Yandere. I was thinking that. Don't do that. Don't say that. Lou smiles contentedly at my calmness. When I catch his eye, he turns away bashfully.
Honestly, the further we went, the more it felt like I remembered where I was when I started. I never mentioned it because I didn't.
Now
want
is
to get
not
your
the
hopes up.
time. Yeah, now is
But it
not
worked.
the time, Yandere
I
Sly.
knew
Now
which
is
way.
not the fucking time. I widen my eyes at his words. A surge of emotion zaps through my chest.
That's incredible. You saved us.
Lou awkwardly half laughs and rubs his arms.
You're the one who saved us. I just assisted a little bit. You're only saying that because you're kind. You want
Motherfucking
me to not
bitch!
keep feeling
Stop!
worthless. But it's okay. This is enough for me. More than enough.
Oh my god, so fucking cute. Stop. I beam at him. His response doesn't surprise me at all. I feel quite pleased that he was able to admit that he helped at all. What? I wrap my arms around his neck and gently embrace him. He readily eases into the hug as though he was waiting for it. Lou wraps his arms around my back and presses his face into the crook of my shoulder while murmuring softly to me.
I'm so grateful it was this night.
Kiss. Shut the fuck up, you're a hero, Lou. No, don't fucking separate. The two of us separate, though we still stand close. He sighs comfortably, then his face cracks into a somewhat playful grin.
You know, everything that's happened to me before this point, well, that's
Kiss
water under
us.
the bridge.
Fucking kiss me, bitch. Kiss me. I give him the most unimpressed look I can manage. Kiss Kikka's black ass. Come on, bitch. Do it. I will never understand how he is content joking at this nightmarish lake. Despite this, I can't help the tiny smile that whispers across my lips because that is so purely him. Lou snickers. Even though I can still feel there's nothing about this place to jest over, I can't bring myself to staunch his good mood after everything we've been through these past days. I wrap my arms around his neck, lean into his head, and whisper, "Hail Hydra." How big is this goddamn lake? Very big. It's a 2-day journey, apparently, to get across. He deserves to be happy, and I will continue to protect that. Oh my fucking god, yes.
We shouldn't
Lou
stay here.
Protection Squad 2019,
We don't have any light,
2K19.
and those monsters
2000
could notice
motherfucking
us.
19. Husbando is a dom as Kikka confirmed, yes. Lou's face immediately falls.
So this is goodbye. You're going to
No.
heaven. I'm not.
All my thoughts crashed around me. I'd forgotten a moment that we did not have the same goals. I formed a view of the future where the two of us would stay together after all of this was over. He looks into my eyes with a strange, softened sorrow. I can't place what it is, but something about it causes a knot in my chest. I almost choke on my words.
Where will you go then? If you don't
No!
mind
I
telling
did
me.
not fucking fight for this goddamn ending for this to happen. He simply looks away. I wait for a moment, and when he doesn't continue, I do.
If you have nowhere in mind, you should come with me. Where I'm going won't be safe yet. However, it will be soon, and I will defend you until it is.
He bites his lip, though finally able to face me.
I'd like to. More than you know. But I can't. I need you to trust me when I say that if I did go, it wouldn't make anything better. I'm so sorry.
No! I'm about to fucking DM this developer and be like, honey, I love your game, but what am I supposed to do to get that fucking Lou cock? He looks the same as when I first met him, holding himself together because if he doesn't, he might fall apart, but now something with him is different. It's stronger than the utter despair of failure when we first met. It's solid, unwavering, and accepting.
You don't have to come. I understand. Still, I'd like to see you again.
He makes a small noise, something between a whimper and a grunt. Lou nods.
I want that too. When you have the chance, come back here. I'll wait for you. I promise.
I'm about to kill a bitch. A bitch is about to get yeeted. Chrissy White. Listen, I need that ginger fucking cock inside Kikka right now. I ain't playing games. I ain't playing motherfucking games here. We will make beautiful fucking babies. I blink in surprise.
What? Lou, that doesn't make any
Whoa,
sense.
that's nothing different from what he has said before. He's never made much sense. I'm getting fucking mad now. I'm about to get in a fucking argument with him. Fucking, like, a married couple kind of argument. He simply smiles. I suddenly get an urge to hold him.
Maybe it doesn't, but that's the only option we have. No matter how much I hate this shore, it's close enough and far enough.
I need that ginger fucking cock inside Kikka now. Someone put that as a quote, goddamn. I stare up at him intensely, trying to understand what's going on in his head. He weakly looks up at me and waves.
Goodbye.
Bitch! You're missing some good pussy, right? Are you fucking kidding me? I am a strong woman. Are you fucking really about to leave my ass? My mom's home too. I can't say these words out loud. Hi, Sadine. You missed him, man. Probably heard me say pussy. Oh well. In a blink, he's gone. I managed to catch just a glimpse of him dashing off into the darkness of the forest.
Wait!
I try to call in vain to call for him until my voice goes hoarse. He either doesn't hear me or doesn't listen. Lou completely disappears into the night. I stare at her stunned. Motherfucker, Lou. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? He's not on the pathway and there's no trace where he could be. He's gone. Motherfucker ran. Man, he's like a one-night stand kind of guy, ain't he? He fucking he dines and dashes. But this fun thing, he didn't dine and dash this. He didn't dine and dash this. I realized that a tear is falling down my cheek like a little bitch. I wipe off the errant tear and ball my hands into fists. I vow to myself that no matter what happens, I will return to this lake for him. I have to find him. I have to. This can't be the last time. Lou, please wait for me. Okay. I hurried to Hammer as quickly as I could. I already failed to help another during my journey. I could not afford to fail the villagers. They were grateful to see me, for it was a desperate situation indeed. The urgency that my mind was occupied with other matters. I would work tirelessly to aid Hema's own guards in forcing back the brigaders. Where's he at? Oh, okay, he's good. He's alive. He's actually alive. Okay, we've seen this. Okay. We're supporting him. He's not, like, completely depressed because we didn't lose everybody. That's good. When payments, okay. Margaret's the only one that fucking died. Rest in peace, bitch. We haven't heard of the guide since then. Lou. Okay, Lou. Then once the situation was stable enough for me to take some time to myself. Hey, Christy, what's the time zone in your country right now? It's 7. I am Eastern, so it's 7:59 right now, and I'm about to send you guys to Michaela in a second. Once I finish those. I arrive at the shore of the Sinnlos at dawn. It's late enough that only the lonely dock remains. A small monument to the horrifying maze that haunts the nights of this lake. Oh, so Lou, yes, Lou. Margaret was kind of bitchy, to be honest. Yeah, that's why she died. That's my justification for not caring as much. She was kind of bitch. I weave my way through the thick fog and jagged roots. I have little idea of what I'm supposed to do since Lou ran off before making any actual plans. I wander around searching for the boy. I peer across trees and rocks, but there's no trace of him to be found.
Kikka.
Huh? What? I hear my name being called in distance. My heart jumps. I recognize that voice. It's the icy tone of Sinnlos' only guide. I turn to see him walking towards me. It is expected that he's here. Still, this is far from the reunion I am striving for. I have difficulty not being somewhat bitter. He appraises me quietly before humming an understanding.
You came back for him.
My defenses shoot up.
How do you know about that?
What's up, fire setter? What's up, fire setter, you fucker? You arsonist? His eyes bore deeply into mine. I feel a chill run down my spine.
Lou is dead. He was executed.
Ouch, wait, no ginger dick for you, Christy.
What?
Mom, not now! I'm crying! Mom, I'm crying right now! Not now! No! I'm crying right now, not now! Please! What the fuck, Lou? I can't right now. All the air sucked from my body. The guide offers no further explanation. It hits me hard.
No, that can't be. You have to be wrong.
His face is scrunched up on what could possibly be sorrow as he begins to speak.
It wasn't
Chris's
possible
mom,
for Lou
please.
to escape from what he had done. His fate was sealed. No one could save him.
He releases a long breath before he continues.
That is why he told me everything, in case he couldn't be here himself. Lou did wait for you. He stayed for as long as he could. His death was not peaceful.
Not right
However,
now,
it was
Mom.
proud.
Crying. Time seems to nearly stop as I sit beside myself with a lurching pit in my stomach. Lou was here for me what feels like only a moment ago, and now the guy sighs nonchalantly.
It all feels so pointless. Still, you gave Lou something he never had, and it seems he gave you something in return. Perhaps that does have worth.
Damn, did Nightbot not add the quote? Fuck. Come on, Nightbot. Guide, you killed. I swear to God you did, motherfucker. My mind is racing. My heart pounds painfully in my chest. I have difficulty believing he actually thinks that is true. It doesn't seem as though he would like to, at the very least. It did feel pointless. I want to believe it as well. Slowly, I reach into my pocket and gently stroke the shell Lou gave me. I'm a bad speller. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't even know you spelled quotes. I didn't even notice you spelled quote wrong. I thought Nightbot just wasn't working. Without another word, the guide walks off into the distance. I don't make any attempt to follow him. I fully take out the shell to look at it. There's no damn way Lou told him all that. Somehow I didn't want to see it. I didn't want him to see. It was between just the two of us. Just the two of us. I stare at the beautiful gift, grasping it in my hands. I then turn my eyes to look out of the lake. Hot tears pool in my eyes, and I start to fall down my cheeks. The things he said, the way he was so willing to leave everyone behind, why he seemed so prepared to let himself die. It all became so much clearer in an instant. It was truly hopeless from the start. I squeezed my eyes shut tight and imagined his face, tracing every line, every expression engraving into my memory.
Lou, I'll always remember you. I won't allow what you've done to
Oh, is Daniel Bryan being an asshole, man, on
promise.
SmackDown? Oh, shit. I love heel Daniel Bryan. I fucking love him. But you're distracting me right now. I can't. Heel Daniel Bryan must wait. I sit there for I couldn't say how long, drinking in all the internal image of Lou while vowing to never allow him to leave my thoughts. Man, I said I hope Lou doesn't die. He freaking dies. Heel Daniel Bryan is the best Daniel Bryan. The guy is an asshole. Yeah, we all very established that. Then I open my eyes and leave this shore behind. Worth. We did get his ending. We actually got his ending. Fuck. Okay. Did we actually get his ending? Let me see. Found one's pride. What are all the achievements? I need to fucking look at this shit. You guys can't see it. Fuck. What a true awesome love story. Better love story than Twilight. Time to go cry to Michaela Broken Hearts. No, I'm gonna send you there second. I will not stop trying. I'll fight to protect others. He won't simply fade into the mist. I choose to believe in this way his soul can find peace. Look at that fucking smile. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Made me cry. Goddamn. Good game, though. Good job. Good job, Patch Games.